This is Al Jazeera.
Hello and welcome to the News Hour. I'm Laura Kyle from Al Jazeera News Centres here in Doha and Kuala Lumpur. These are the top stories. Another rescue delay for 29 men trapped in a New Zealand mine.
I'm Divya Gopalan in Kuala Lumpur with more from the Asia Pacific. As the families of the miners wait for news of their loved ones, hopes of finding them alive slip with every passing hour. And reports of a new, highly sophisticated facility in North Korea to enrich uranium.
Also ahead, settlement troubles. Israel's Prime Minister faces opposition over attempts to renew a freeze. And an unexpected comment from the Catholic Pope, which could boost the fight against HIV/AIDS.
We begin the program in New Zealand, where 29 men remain trapped in a coal mine, and their families are fast losing hope of finding them alive. We'll have more from Asia later this news hour, including...
I'm Melissa Chan in China. I'm in mining country where 97% of the world's rare earth minerals are dug up. I'll have more on this Chinese monopoly.
Israel's Prime Minister is trying to convince his cabinet to accept another partial freeze on settlement construction. Benjamin Netanyahu is meeting ministers to discuss the possibility of renewing an expired moratorium. Now, Israel has been under an enormous amount of international pressure to stop building settler homes on Palestinian land. Well, still to come here on the programme, getting the poor off the streets, a fight against homelessness in Los Angeles. And they were dancing then and they're dancing now. We look back at a quarter of a century of windows. Hello again, you're watching Al Jazeera. A reminder of the top stories. Authorities in New Zealand say it's still not yet safe for teams to attempt to rescue 29 miners trapped in a coal mine since Friday. Toxic gas levels are still high and there are fears of a second explosion. An American scientist claims North Korea has secretly built a new, highly sophisticated facility to enrich uranium. It follows the release of a satellite image showing the construction of a large building at North Korea's Yongbyon nuclear complex. Work at the site was supposed to be frozen under a 2005 aid deal. And thousands of Israelis have gathered outside the Israeli parliament to protest against a 90-day freeze on building in the West Bank. The US government wants Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop the construction in order to kickstart peace talks and lay down some new borders. Ireland's cabinet is set to hold a crucial meeting to finalise a 4-year plan to cut the budget deficit. OK, let's talk more about this new aviation initiative with Vladimir Karnotsav, who's in Moscow. How much of a boost is this for Russia's aviation industry?
Thank you.
Time now for more news from the Asia Pacific, and let's cross back to Divya in Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you, Laura. We start in Indonesia, where new images have been released of an Indonesian maid who was allegedly tortured by her Saudi Arabian employers. And that's all from us here in Kuala Lumpur for the moment. I'll now hand you back to Laura in Doha.
Divya, thank you very much indeed. Well, still to come here on the programme, Rahul will be here with all the latest sport, including back to Barcelona. Fresh from scoring the winning goal for Argentina in Doha, Lionel Messi returns to action. Hello again. Now, it's been 65 years since war criminals from the Second World War found themselves in the dock in Germany. The Nuremberg trials brought to justice prominent members of the political and military leadership for their part in the Holocaust. In just a few hours' time, ministers from the major countries involved in World War II will commemorate the sentencing of top Nazi war criminals. Computer giant Microsoft has been celebrating 25 years since it began selling the operating system that revolutionised the computer world. Now let's get all the sport and cross over to Rahul.
Laura, many thanks. So we'll start with football, and Real Madrid remain top of the Spanish Primera División. Both they and Barcelona were very big winners on Saturday, and both sides were inspired by hat-tricks from their star men. Lots of sport for you today, Laura.
Well, thanks very much. It was indeed a good day for sport. Well, we're also going to be in Jerusalem as protesters gather ahead of an Israeli cabinet meeting to sign a partial freeze on settlement building.